With over 7 million views and nearly 130,000 subscribers later, I'm so thankful to have you here today. In today's video, we're going to recap and discuss the most viral and best moments from my channel this year. And I have to say, thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. It means more than you know. This year has completely changed my life, and it wouldn't be for you all watching and connecting with me. A big shout out and thank you to you, the viewer. I love you guys, and thank you for making this year 2023 one of the best years of my life. And also, you may see these wrappings. I got 2 tattoos. I got the initial of someone very important to me, and then I got the time midnight. It's 000. It has a two-way function. One's kind of like a countdown for me looking at my life and saying like, hey, take every day and make the best of it, because you never know when it's gonna be gone. It's right at the cuffs of my sleeve so that I always see them at all times, and I love them dearly. I got them yesterday, so if you see that, I'm okay. They're not there are bandages, but it's not, nothing happened. They're just tattoos. So without further ado, let's get right into this. The over-sexualization and involvement of children.
Happy Pride, everybody!
Happy Pride!
Who here knows what gay pride means?
It means where like all the gay people, transgender, lesbian, bisexual people gather up and celebrate.
That's absolutely right. It's a celebration of sexual diversity. I mean, everybody should aspire to grow up and be a gay icon.
That's what Pride Day is all about.
You're right. See you at Pride, everybody!
Why can't we just leave the kids out of this? Why? There's no need for a child to know all these terms, to be celebrating pride, to be at pride parades, to be surrounded, it's not even funny. It's just so wild that I'm talking about this. It blows my mind. There's no need for a child to be surrounded by adults while he's twerking. This is why the gays get such a bad rep. This is why I make this content, because that's not my community. That's not my squad. I do not condone that whatsoever. There's a lot of shit we're going to go through in this video that I don't condone, and it's why I talk about this, and apparently that's why it was like one of the most viral moments of this channel. But sex, and I mean this for both straight and gays. I mean this across the board. Why are kids at Hooters? Yeah. Why are kids at pride parades? Why are there child pageant shows? Why are we dolling up 2-year-olds in a full glam makeup and bikini? Yeah. All of it's weird. There's no point for it. Across the board, everybody, like literally, this topic, it is like gay focused, but this extends past gays. Like there's no need for any of it, anything sexual to be involving children. I mean, hell, even iCarly and all the feet scenes and pouring ketchup and water and getting drenched with water, and like Zach and Cody at that age, like kissing on every girl that came on screen. Like there's no need for any of it. Where's our wholesome adventures? Where's riding bikes? Like where's this normal shit? There's no need. I keep saying there's no need, but like that's the only option. Get the children away from it. Leave their asses alone. I don't get it. When it comes to sexuality, leave these kids alone. This extends to even kids shows.
Trans members of this family all love each other so proudly.
Oh, look, hold on. Look at that damn beaver. It has cut marks and a trans flag, as resembling the beaver getting its breast removed. Those aren't nipple beavers, because you notice the other beavers, they ain't got nipples. But for some reason, this one right here has incision marks. On Blue's Clues, where's paprika? Where's garlic? Where's cinnamon? Where's nutmeg? Where's the squad at? Why are we at a pride parade watching beavers? Why is Blue's Clues at a pride parade watching trans beavers, pansexual dolphins? And it's still up on Nickelodeon's YouTube. Y'all, I'm going crazy. You can look this up on Nickelodeon's YouTube channel right now, and of course the comments are turned off. Literally under Nickelodeon's YouTube channel, they have this whole drag parade. Pride parade. Whatever the hell you want to call it. This shit ain't prideful.
Members of this family all love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in
The BLM fist on the mic. Like,
Parade, come join the fun.
all of this LGBTQ marketing towards children just needs to stop. What are you doing on Blue's Clues? Why is there dolphins with cut marks as if the dolphins transitioned? I can't even believe I'm even talking about this. How is this real life? How is this a thing that exists? How is this a thing that we're watching that someone actually sat down and created? How and why? For children. Leave sex out of it. Full stop, period. Done. Complete kapwash. Just leave them out. Just leave them out. Leave them out. Leave the kids alone. Literally. Just leave the kids alone. They're off limits. I feel like a broken record. But, I mean, I guess, hell, going through all these videos, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of broken record going on. Because it's not clicking. For some people, it's clicking, and people are changing. And I have hope that these parents are going to change, that people realize that this is just bad. But it blows my mind that there are parents out there who think all of this is just shits and giggles. You're seeing that correctly, just so you know. You're not going crazy. You see what you see, what they're playing ring toss on, and then what you see in the back is a child fiddling his thumbs looking like, what is going on here? That is the scene, what's happening. That is what you see. I'm honestly just at a loss of words. I'm trying to rationalize this and understand why some parents feel like it's okay to bring their kids around this, but it's hard when I know, for me, I can't get into a sex store unless I show my ID because it's sexual things and it should be for adults only. But here we have this kid, and there's another kid in a stroller observing people playing ring toss on a stack of dildos. This is why a lot of people have a lot of problems with the LGBTQ community. This is why people are saying there's an agenda to come after our kids. This is why people are saying that anything gay related is not okay for children because of things like this. And it's unfortunate that that's the case because it isn't representative of all of us out there. There's a lot of gay people who find this to be very wrong and obscene and not acceptable for children to be around. I really don't understand why any parent would find this to be okay. And it's crazy that this is something that can be seen as hateful, me calling out. Me hating pride parades, because what they want to tell you in the media and what I see on a lot of like left-leaning sites, even some of my left-leaning friends, this isn't a thing that's happening, Amir. Pride parades aren't inappropriate. How the hell is that not inappropriate? I can't even buy that without showing my ID. To this day, when you go into a sex store, you have to show your ID. But you think it's okay for a little boy to play ring toss on it? Like I was mentioning before, like these parents exist. Like these people have, and it's not just gay parents, it's straight parents too. It's just a lot of parents on the left. They either have adopted or surrogacy or breeded, whatever they may be. They have children and they think this is okay. Like, and I do want to make that note. There is a lot of straight people at these events. This isn't just like gay parents being bad. No. Parents across the board that on the left, they just do not care. They think this is so wholesome. It's fine. It's a family-friendly pride event. None of this is family-friendly. Oh, well, they should leave it up to the parent. I get that, but there's a lot of things that we don't leave up to the parent. A child can't go to a strip club. That's not left up to the parent. That's left up to the feds and having to show your ID. There's a lot of things that just isn't left up to the parents. There's a lot of things that parents cannot do. A parent can't beat their child. Leave it up to the parent. It's their children. Freedom. You want freedom, right? There's not freedom. There are things you just cannot do for the safety of children. You can't beat your child. You can't take your child to a strip club. You can't give your child cigarettes because it's harmful. And yet for some reason, when it comes to children and the left and LGBTQ Skittle Squad, the children are just like, they're free-for-alls. Calling this out is homophobic. Not wanting to allow children to get double mastectomies or get castrated, that's transphobic. That's against trans kids. No, these are children. Blows my damn mind. It gets me fired up. It's just like, why is this a thing that I'm talking about? Why is this something that our nation's going through? Literally, why? Leave these damn kids alone. Another key moment from this video is the sheer hostility that came. This is me recapping my episode on Jubilee Middle Ground, liberal gays versus conservative gays, where it got really messy with the Jean Jacket. I'm sure y'all familiar with that name. Guy was talking crap about me. These videos are still up talking smack about me. I was doxing my followers, like the whole nine. The man's unhinged. Because of Ryan and Barrett, they really went in on Mario for passing legislation that barred people from under 18 transitioning, and they weren't letting him talk. And I was getting so frustrated because I feel like Jubilee has changed a little bit and they're a little more unhinged. Yeah. And it was almost as if they were treating it like an episode of Housewives. Like everyone was arguing and I was expecting the director to step in and say, hey, we're here for a middle ground, actually talk. But no, I snapped. I went off. I told the director, I'm like, are you even gonna do anything?
Are you gonna let him
step in? Like,
let him finish. Let him finish.
People talk. And that happened a decent amount. Like, mind you, the episode was 4 hours long, but they only posted an hour. There's so much that was talked about. But that was the most frustrating thing, is me having to play moderator. And she thanked me at the end of the episode, talking about, hey, thank you for stepping in. Thank you for, being the moderator and like leading the discussion. I'm here to talk. That's not my job. I wasn't here to play Captain Save a Ho and save the people from talking over each other and being rude. No, that's the moderator's job. That's the director's job. But instead, what they wanted was some Housewives, catty, gay moment, and they got it. But the conversation would have been more fruitful and actually a valid discussion had someone stepped in, and it shouldn't have been me.
Finish.
People talk. Like, why are we here? Is there no moderation? Are you just gonna let people just yell at each other and talk over each other? Or are we actually gonna have a conversation? So there was that moment where I told the director, I'm like, are you not gonna do anything? And then a few seconds after that, Barrett kept talking over Mario, and I snapped a little bit on Barrett.
He's pissed off more than you, and he's quiet. Just let him. You're gonna get your point out.
I had enough. It was wasting my time. I don't like my time wasted, and I was wasting my time because all they were doing was going back and forth, yelling, bickering. Like, for what? You're a grown man. Let the other person talk. You're here for a middle ground. You didn't come to this episode thinking you were gonna agree with every single person on this panel. You knew what you were walking into. You knew you were gonna meet people who you vehemently disagree with, but you're gonna hear them out. But what you weren't doing was letting someone talk and let them get their point out, and that threw me over the edge. I had to just shut it down. Shut the whole thing down. Shut it down.
Get your point out.
And I guess he didn't like that. But yeah, I was just tired of it. I was frustrated. I didn't like how I had to sit here and moderate the panel. Like, that should be someone's job at Jubilee. No one from Jubilee was really taking the initiative to make sure that conversations were being had. They were taking initiative to shut people down. Like, I got cut off a lot by the director. And there was even one point, I forgot what question it was. I'll pull it back in the clip, but she was like, hey, can we not talk about sex? Flat out.
Can we not talk about who we're having sex with?
I flabbergasted. What the sexuality? What's the root word of sexuality? Sex. What is that? So we couldn't talk about it? That video was a mess. You can go watch it. I'll have a link to all my videos below that I'm reacting to. But yeah, and you can watch that episode too. But that whole Jubilee experience, while I would go back, was messy. The erasure of women. Ooh, this one was my favorite videos. This was a good one. What we're gonna watch is me talking about the erasure of women and the erasure of gays, and how the LGBTQ community has gotten so big that we're now eating our own. And let's watch. I love this. Content creator Savannah Edwards summed this up really well. The use of cisgender terms has nothing to do with male and female. It has everything to do with affirming a trans person's identity. In order for the phrase trans women are women to make sense, you have to change what woman means. Let's dive into this. So we have female, which is a biological woman. And then you have a girl, which is a biological female child. And then you have a woman, which is a biological female adult. Very cut and dry. It's been this way for forever. But now we have a cis woman, which is a biological woman that identifies as a woman. And you have trans woman, which is a biological man that identifies as a woman. And we've effectively turned woman into an identity. And we've stripped biology away from that, including female. So female isn't even biology anymore, it's just an identity. And the problem that we have is we have a growing subset of biological women, just women, that's what we used to call them, women, getting upset because they are not an identity. Being a woman is not an identity, it's their reality. Yeah. This is their real life, they are a woman. Being a woman and being a female is not about an identity, it is their existence. That's the thing. Like, It's not even being hate. None of this is being hateful. None of this is transphobic. It's literally the facts for what it is. Being a woman's not an identity. Being a man is not an identity. It's what we are. It's the cut and dry truth. Obviously, we have different identities and different personalities, but that's what a personality is. We don't need all these damn labels. Like, I feel like labels should be reserved for things that, at least in this regard, labels should be respected. A woman, a man, being gay is, what being a lesbian is, what being bisexual is, because it's all rooted in biology. When something's rooted in science, that label has a lot of importance. This is why some women find offense with Dylan Mulvaney, because Dylan Mulvaney started their career making a mockery off of every woman and all the stereotypes that they have.
Day one of being a girl, and I have already cried 3 times. I wrote a scathing email that I did not send. I ordered dresses online that I couldn't afford. And then when someone asked me how I was, I said, I'm fine, when I wasn't fine. How'd I do, ladies? Good? Girl power.
Like, is that not offensive to like the women out there? Let me know in the comments. Does that not make you upset? That to Dylan Mulvaney, being a woman just means being the stereotypes of what a woman is. That's what you're reduced to. And that's exactly what J.K. Rowling was talking about. Her tweet stated, if sex isn't real, then there's no same-sex attraction. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and I love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth. None of that is hateful. That is all facts, no cap. Where's the printer? Where's the fax machine? She spit bars. It's not even hateful. I have trans friends. But when you remove and change definitions, things get muddy and things just don't make sense. We want to meaningfully discuss these topics. We want to be loving. We want to be respectful. This is about making sense of the world that we live in today. The TQ plus community is effectively changing definitions and meanings, all while calling anyone transphobic if they question it or don't understand it. The erasure of gays. The TQ plus is telling me that men can be women and women can be men. Okay, then what does that make me as a gay man? As a gay man, that's gay because he does not like vagina, he likes penis. What am I supposed to do when I'm confronted with someone that's claiming to be a man but has a vagina? I'm not transphobic for not wanting to be with a vagina. I'm gay for a reason. We have definitions and meanings and words. You got me figgity up. If you think I'm a hateful person, I'm transphobic for not wanting to be with something that doesn't even get me excited. And you got me messed up if you think anyone can just be a man. That's not, no. My sexuality relies on sex. Trans women are not women. Trans men are not men. You're trans for a reason. I respect that, but I'm not respecting you just jumping in and saying you're a man when you have a whole vagina. You have lesbians being kicked off of lesbian dating apps for being transphobic for not wanting to be with someone who has a penis.
We are a platform for all lesbians, trans lesbian, non-binary lesbians. You are all part of our lesbian community.
And I have a video coming out. I'm scripting right now, talking about this invasion of trans people on gay dating apps. Why are there people with fully intact vaginas on Grindr? Let that sink in. You have lesbians being kicked off of lesbian dating apps because they're being transphobic for not wanting to be with trans women who have penises. This is what I was saying about the LGB being different from the TQ+. Clown world. Clown world. Oh, I don't understand the world that we're living in today. And if you're still watching this, I applaud you because this shit is mental gymnastics. It literally is mental gymnastics. Like, we can't even define what a woman is. You can't define what a man is. You can't define what being gay is. You can't define shit anymore. It's mental gymnastics to try to understand the LGBTQ community because a lot of it is mental issues. That's where a lot of this is stemming from. A lot of it is mental issues, mental problems, mental health reasons, and we are living in these people's world and affirming it. and being called hateful for just having an open conversation. But, you know, I'm not here for it. And that's why I make this content.
Day 66, being a girl, and today I'm in nature. Trees, I love them. Water, lakes, I love them. Heels, they're my hiking heels. I love them. Okay, come on.
I did the same motion. I hate, give me cringy, the heebie-jeebies. That little fake laugh, it's so performative. It's so just, ugh. I can't with the ha-ha-has, the Mickey Mouse shit. Dylan, it makes a mockery of women. You would think this is a parody, but it's not. What woman wears high heels hiking? Do you not find that offensive? Like, are you that dumb? This person, Dylan Mulvaney, thinks you're that dumb. Thinks that being a woman means putting on high heels and running through the forest. Ditsying, lollygagging. Like, child. I always say, the ghetto. The ghetto. All these past years of feminist this and women's equality this, Dylan's being praised. Woman of the Year, speaking engagements, famous as hell. Literally, not even 2 years ago, this person was a full man with a beard. And now they're being invited to the White House to speak on behalf of women. You don't find an issue with that?
I'm going to show you how to use pumpkin spice pronouns in sentences, so let's go.
Pumpkin spice. This person wants to be referred to, or is talking about people that like to be referred as pumpkin spice. And they want to make it illegal for you not to refer to that person as pumpkin spice. This is not a joke. Like, this is not a drill. America has a problem. Pumpkin spice. This person, the mental issues, with all due respect, these I'm trying to be rational, y'all. I'm trying to be nice and respectful, but it's hard. These people vote. They're trying to make it rules. They're trying to make it illegal for someone to not call that person pumpkin spice. These are what we call neopronouns. And neopronouns are the pronouns that can be anything they're made up. There's neopronouns that are silent. There's neopronouns that are emojis. There's neopronouns like pumpkin spice, pretty princess, that. They're everywhere. And they want to make it so that it's mandated for you to respect someone's neopronouns. But the neopronouns never end. It's just an endless void of whatever you want to be called. Like, bro, if you look like a man, you're a man. If you look like a female, you're a female. And if you look like it, you're it. I don't know what's so complicated about that. But being called pumpkin spice ain't it. Do you want to live in this world? If you don't, you have to speak up. And speaking up does not require you to be mean. It's not being hateful. It's just standing for common sense. And it doesn't even require you to be an influencer. It doesn't require you to be a YouTuber. It doesn't require you to make all this content. It requires you to, when you're in day-to-day conversations, respectfully just pointing out how none of this makes sense. And like you're struggling with it. And keep pushing back. Because you're not hateful for calling this out. None of us are. We just want common sense back. Because none of this is common sense. None of this even makes sense.
The crappy thing about having a period every month is that, like, I have to experience all of this pain, all this discomfort, and I don't even get the joy or the ability to bear children. Like, such horse shit. Especially this month, because the cramps have been really, really bad. Debilitating even, more so than usual. And it's just like, you know, at least give me the ability to have a baby, or just, like, take this away. Like,
bro, this is funny. It's genuinely sad. It is sad that we've gotten here to this point where there are born men with balls and a penis that feel as though they say, yes, in my mind, I am a woman. And they have psyched themselves out so much to where they genuinely think that they have periods. Yeah, this is happening. Like, this isn't a parody. This isn't a joke. This is something that's actually happening, that's actually real. There's grown men with fully intact dingleberries saying they get period pain, saying they bleed, saying they get the menstrual cycles. Mental gymnastics happening so much, and it is rising. The amount of men that go and become a trans woman and say that they experience periods. Do not try to force us into your reality because you can't make sense of ours. Because the truth of the matter is, you are a trans person for a reason. If you are really a woman, you would just be a woman. You would experience periods, but you don't. You are a trans woman, and you will never experience these things. As much as you want to, as much as you try to psych yourself out and tell yourself that you're experiencing those things, you're not, and you're never going to. That isn't hateful. That's reality. I'll toot my own horn there. It's not hateful. It's reality. You're never going to be what you're trying to emulate. That's what makes it a mental issue. I mean, and we respect those with mental issues. Like, we're not saying, like, you should just be stoned away and put in the cave. No, you can be you, but you need to learn to be you without encroaching and changing definitions and impeding on other people's spaces. That is possible for you to do. You can exist how you want to exist. You can be how you want to be. You're a grown adult. But what you're not going to do is sit here and say that I am a trans woman, but that means I am a woman. No, you're trans for a reason, okay? Like, damn. Like, are you not satisfied?
I'll never have my breast back. A reconstruction will do nothing for me, and it might make things worse, actually, because I've had some complications pop up this year with the grafts. I have to cover them up with bandages, or else they'll. I don't know what's going on with them. I tried to consult my surgeon about it, and he didn't really investigate. He gave me advice that made the complications worse, even, and actually temporarily gave me an infection. But I have to bandage up every day so that it doesn't like leak all over my clothing or bedding. And
Jesus,
from the hormones and blockers, I've been experiencing some joint pains, mainly in my arms, my legs, and my back.
This is what they're not telling you. Respect trans kids. Let them do what they want to do. Let them get a double mastectomy. They're never going to regret it. It's their life. It's the parent's decision. It's the child's decision. You're not talking about how you're a lifelong subject to the medical industry. You're not talking about how it's a child and you're fighting for that child's right to manipulate their body as if you are the same person you were right now as you were 16, let alone 18, let alone 21. I am a different person than who I was back then. And that's the same can be said for a lot of grown adults out here. And to sit here and say that this person will never change their mind, like some of them are, like some of them share their stories that they did change their mind, is wrong. Not only is it wrong, it's wrong to withhold that information that some people do change their mind. It's also wrong to withhold that information that you're subject to lifelong medical issues, lifelong medical shots, lifelong medical pills. You think it's all just nice, fun, and friendly. Oh my gosh, being trans, yes, let them be them. Bro, this shit drives me up. I'm like, I'm trying not to be so mad. I'm trying to let Jamal come out. If you're unfamiliar with who Jamal is, Jamal's my angry black man side. I'm trying not to let that come out. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be ratchet here. But damn, Chloe's story is one story that everyone should look into. She's a fascinating human being. I've met her once, and
yep. I still have issues with my urinary tract. I have to use the restroom pretty frequently, and I didn't even know that this was possible. This is like a pretty huge quality of life issue that I'm experiencing, and I'm just not really getting any help for it. And on top of that, I do hate to speak about it, but I'm experiencing sexual dysfunction at the age of 18. That's something that women usually go through when they're in their 40s to 50s.
Right.
How was I supposed to know?
Does this not like does this not piss you off? Like, this is a real thing. Like, we're living in this state, in this day and age where there are children transitioning and they regret it. There's children that are just being so misguided. Like, none of us are hateful for pointing this out. No child should be going through this. It enrages me because a lot of this wouldn't be a thing if more people talked about it and pushed back against it in a respectful and calm way. But you can barely do that without being called transphobic. You can barely do that without some people losing their jobs. You can barely do that without just facing a massive amount of hate. And, you know, I'm built for it, so I make the content. But, like, I have the chills. Like, this shit just freaking... It's not okay. Grown adult, do what you want to do. You're 18, do what you want to do. You can fund the surgery yourself, do what you want to do. You consent as an adult to lifelong, maybe medical problems, you do you. But what we can't do is manipulate a child's innocence in order to affirm their delusion and their mental health crisis. These doctors that are saying, yeah, if you don't trans your kid, they might end up self-deleting. That's wrong, because there's a lot of people who don't self-delete. Okay? This is the mental health crisis. And it's not one to be fixed by removing children's body parts. These people can't, it's against the law for them to consent to having sex. But you want to say it's okay for them to consent to chopping off and changing their sex. It does not make sense, and it is not okay.
Women's 100 World Final. The Jamaicans get out well. It's Sharika Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Talu. Here comes Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri's done it. Sha'Carri.
Okay, this video is me talking about like trans sports, and this clip is me referring to how men and women are different. And
Richardson has won the world title.
What we're seeing is Sha'Carri Richardson win the world title, first place, and she's fastest runner alive right now, I believe, or if not in America. She's fast, breaking records.
She had to come from behind in the semi, but when it counted, she has done it.
World title, ran a 10.65, crushed the competition. Incredible feat for biological women. But now we're gonna look at that same competition, that same race, 100 meter run for men. Same competition earlier this year, just with men. Let's take a look at this.
Men's 100 final underway. Coleman gets that characteristic, fantastic start. Noah Lyles is going to have to find something special. Let's Silly Tomato. Wow, Noah Lyles right at the line.
Everyone is in the 9.8s. 9.84, 9.86, 9.87. Everyone's in the slowest athlete in that whole stadium is faster than all the women there. But you want people to sit here and say that, yes, trans women in sports does not pose any problems or issues. When we know all it would take is for the slowest man in that whole stadium that is running to slap on a wig and some lipstick and say, yes, I'm a trans woman, respect me, I'm going to go in the race, and they would blow Sha'Carri Richardson out of the water. That isn't hateful. That's a fact. Men and women are different, especially when it comes to sports. I am not hateful. I am not spiteful. I none of this for pointing this out. It's delusion if you think that there aren't key differences. Matter of fact, earlier in this video, where is it? As Will Thomas plays 554th in the 200 freestyle, 65th in the 500 freestyle, and 32nd in the 1650 freestyle. In the 2021 to 2022 season, now known as Leah Thomas, her ranks are 5th in the 200 freestyle, 1st in the 500 freestyle, and 8th in the 1650 freestyle. Grew hair out. Said I am trans. 5th, 1st, and 8th. Up from 554th, 65th, and 32nd. Like, how is no one not seeing this? Men and women are different. And women need to be respected. Because it's hypocritical. How are we out here celebrating Sha'Carri Richardson and celebrating all these women and women institutions and women's rights and women's this, women's that, when you can't even define it? You're not even respecting it. You're allowing men to say there are women, and you're crushing the records. You're breaking down what a woman is, and you can't even define it. It's hypocritical to me. It makes no sense. And you cannot celebrate someone like Leah Thomas and in the same breath say, yes, Sha'Carri Richardson, you're amazing. They're different human beings down to the biology. But you want to say they're the same? What's the point of celebrating Sha'Carri Richardson then? Why are you so excited for her when clearly every other man in that building is faster than her? You're excited because she's a woman doing amazing feat. You're excited because she's a woman that is incredibly athletic. But you can't celebrate that if you're celebrating people like Leah Thomas. If you're celebrating trans women in sports because you're just erasing yourself. That video, I'm literally, now I'm just fired up after seeing Chloe Cole's story. I'm just... Discussing human being is sit here and have children affirm your delusional identity. Confusing children. Getting praised and feeling delighted by children referring to it as a they, as non-binary. I just... Literally, why can't you just teach? I've been saying that this whole video, and I will be continuing to say that as we discover and review and react to this crazy ass world. But why can't a teacher just teach? Like, this is why so many parents are just pissed off. You're forcing these kids to call you a they and get pronouns in check. And I just can't believe that we're here. That this is the thing we're having to deal with. That this is the conversation that we're having. Teacher Roby's not a she. Teacher Roby's not a he. Teacher Roby is a they. And this kid's going to grow up, at least for the next, year or two, unless their parents intervene, if their parents even know this is even happening. That's the other thing. A lot of parents don't even know what's happening in these schools. That's why homeschool is on the rise, because you got teachers. Oh my gosh, I hate the perception that gay people have in the United States. And I really want to sit here and change it. But that's what makes it hard. Just teach. Leave these kids alone, bro. That's it for today in this video. I am humbled, I am thankful, I am grateful for all the support this past year. Those are the top key moments and most viral moments from my channel and the videos that really popped off and was shared across social media. So I'm so thankful for your support. And it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to have your attention. It's an honor to consider you all friends and squad of the family, and just be able to sit here and connect with you all and talk to a camera. So that I love it. I love meeting you guys in public. Meetups will be happening next year too, but the people who I have ran into in public, thank you for saying hi. It's a joy meeting you, taking pictures with you. It's also fun. I'm very grateful and thankful to be doing this. So yeah, we're going to keep talking about these spicy topics. We're going to keep defending children. We're going to keep talking about all these things. So be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I'm more than thankful for your support, and man, it's been a wild ride this year. I'm just so honored and glad I can be a shining light for those who are looking to share their opinion but can't put to words what they're thinking. It's awesome to do that here for you all. So thank you for the support. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. I hope that your holiday break has been amazing, and keep a lookout for all the content coming your way next year. Much love and respect. I will see you in the next video. Deuces.